Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Friday. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to do some stretch and core. A little different on the stretch, kind of focus on hips and a little bit of the upper back, and that'll segue us into the core. You'll notice I have a mat today. If you can get a strap or a resistance band that's really long, or a belt. We'll need one of those for later. And then I've got a yoga block and a foam roller to help me on my mobility, because I'm not going to be using the floor for a couple of the stretches because my hips are too tight. So with that, let's go ahead and kick off our stretch. I'm going to come down onto my mat, and what I'm going to start with is rock backs. It's been a while since we've done rock backs, but we're just going to target the hips for a little bit and lower back. So for a rock back, you're going to go onto all fours. I got my shoulders over my hands, and my knees are just inside my shoulder width. And from here, what I'm thinking of doing is pushing with the palms of my hands, keeping a good flat back, trying to drive into my feet. Then you're going to come up and drive, come up and drive. Okay. After I get 3 of those with where my knees are, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my toes together. They're going to touch. And then I'm going to widen my knees to about the edge of my mat. And again, I'm going to go through another set of these. And what this is doing is trying to help us out, open up our hips for when we go into an extended child's pose. But I want to work that lower back a little bit. Kind of loosen everything up before we go into that. I'm doing about 3 comfortable reps. Then I come up nice and tall, and from here, if you're comfortable with this, I go to where my knees are just off the mat, and I'm going to drive through. Now you'll find that this is really tight in the adductors, so you might have to slow your movement down, and you might not get quite as deep. But I'm looking for another 3 reps of this. Last one. Nice and deep. Coming up from there, I'm going to come back to this quadruped position. Those were our rock backs. Now I'm going to set up for cat and cow. And for cat and cow, all you're thinking of doing is, if I'm neutral in my stance here, kind of like straight spine, I'm packed in my shoulders, I'm not slouching here and I'm not pressed out. I'm just nice and neutral. What you're going to start with is a cow, and that's where you're going to relax your spine and arch your back, driving your belly button and everything into the ground. Now I'm still supporting myself with my hands. My upper arms aren't giving in on this. I'm staying nice and straight through my upper arms, but I have my back arched. And then I'm going to reverse it, and I'm going to push, driving my spine from the palms of my hands and my knees and hips and everything, trying to drive and press my spine up to the ceiling. Hold that for a couple of breaths, then I'm going to come down again. Relaxing, driving that belly into the ground. Good deep breaths through this. It is a stretch. We're trying to get rid of all the tension of the day. Going back to my cat. Going back to cow. Just nice and easy. Going up for cat. Head down for cow. This will be our last round. Coming up, this is your last cat. And come back to center and go ahead and relax. You can come up for a sec, shake the arms out if you need to. Grab a little bit of water. Again, it's a stretch, nice low-key day. Try and stretch out the stress of the week. Just let it all go. So now what we're gonna go into is an extended child's pose. And I haven't really keyed on child's poses yet, but this is a good one to stretch through the back, all the way through the hips. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a wider stance like we did with those rock backs, and you're gonna wanna have your feet touching so your hips kind of open up here. It feels like you have a little bit of a stretch here. From here I go to this, from a quadruped position, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive my arms back, or drive with the palms of my hands to get my hips back. Once I get down to where I'm comfortable, I'm gonna try and drive my chest to the ground in between. Now you'll notice my hands are totally extended here. This might be uncomfortable through your lats or elbows. What you can do is you can stack the palms of your hands or your forearms and rest your head here and work on driving your chest to the ground. The other way you can do it is you can do it with two fists. If it's uncomfortable, if you don't have the mobility to come all the way out into this extended child's pose. You are trying to get the chest driven to the ground. Give yourself about 3-4 breaths. And you're gonna come up. It's like a really, really deep rock back is kind of what we're thinking through here. But it goes all the way from the upper spine through my hips. I can feel this all over the place. Going back in, trying to get a little deeper, sinking into those hips, trying to drive my chest to the ground. After about 3 or 4 breaths, come up. Let it relax a little bit. We're gonna do this one more time. Going down. Driving my chest into the ground. Trying to push my hips closer to my feet. Go ahead and relax and come up. And relax totally. Come on out. Shake it out a little bit. And what we're gonna go into now is thread the needle, but now we're gonna do a little bit of a series with it. For just kind of a little memory check, thread the needle is from all fours. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my left arm, I'm gonna thread it through my right arm and right leg, trying to drive my shoulder to the ground and twist and wrap my body up into my right arm. From there, I'm gonna come open and try and reach the sky. Okay, and this is thread the needle. So we're gonna do about 3 reps of this on both sides, and then we're gonna build up onto this, okay? Make the movements just a little more intense. But if one of the other movements gets a little too intense, you go right back to thread the needle, okay? So I'm gonna start with my left arm, threading through my right, and I'll go ready and begin. And again, nice, slow and easy. Trying to reach my way in, driving my left shoulder to the ground, coming out, pressing on my right arm, and reaching up to the sky. Coming down, reaching through. Here's our second one. Coming back, reaching up to the sky. Coming down, nice and easy. Reaching through, threading that needle. Coming out, reaching to the sky. Coming down, I'm gonna plant on this left hand. If you need to shake out your right arm a little bit, go for it. I know sometimes the wrist doesn't like that position. I'm gonna do the same thing with the opposite arm, right arm. I'm gonna thread it through this left side of my body, driving my right shoulder to the ground. Coming out, reaching up to the sky. You might find one side goes a little bit further than the other. The side that's tight, you might want to take a little more time working that side out. Coming out, twisting up to the sky. Coming through, third one. Driving through. Coming out, turning up, and reaching to the sky. Coming back to center, relax, take it easy, shake those arms out a little bit. And now we're gonna build onto this. So we're gonna thread the needle. And when we get our arm into that position of threading the needle, I'm gonna come down and lay onto my shoulder and then put my head on the ground, and I'll show you where the stretch goes from there. So if I'm thinking here, left arm, since we're on that side, take my left arm, thread it through the right, and this is the build up part. I'm gonna roll over and put my head and my shoulder onto the ground. Okay, supporting my body through my left arm that's on the ground. You'll notice my right hand can be out here for support, depending on how deep this is. If I want to make this deeper, what I can do is I'm going to take my right arm and reach it above my head. As far as I can, reach nice and tall. After a couple of breaths, I'm going to take that right arm and I'm going to put it on the back of my hips. After about 2 breaths, I'm going to bring that right arm down, I'm going to plant, and I'm going to come out of this part of thread the needle. Reaching to the sky, and then down, back to center. Now, with this being a little more of an intense version, what you might do is you won't do it 3 times, you might do 1 per side, and just do it a couple of times until you build up. Because putting your body weight down on that shoulder, like forcing that stretch a little bit, can be pretty intense for some of us, okay? So starting with my right arm, I'm gonna take my right arm, I'm gonna thread it through my left side, and I'm gonna reach down, settling into where I get touched down with my shoulder, and then I'm gonna rest my head there on the mat as well. Sitting into this stretch. Whenever you're ready, supporting yourself, reach that left hand up as high as it'll go. Taking that left hand, coming back, putting it on the back of my hips. After a couple of breaths, I'm going to go ahead, support, come up, and back to all 4s. Okay, so that's 1 on each side. We're going to do that 1 more time. Part of it is you'll feel that you can get deeper into the stretch, and you'll have a little bit better balance going through this movement. Okay? So, back to all 4s. Last time through, threading my left arm through, coming down, left arm onto left shoulder onto the mat, resting my head. When you feel comfortable, taking that right arm, stretching and reaching out on top. After a couple of breaths, you can come back, unwinding, twisting up to the sky. I forgot to do this on the right side. I'll be sure to do it this time around. Coming down, taking my right arm, threading through, resting that shoulder, bringing my head down, supporting. Most of my weight is on my shoulder, not my head. Left arm goes out. Big deep stretch. After a couple of breaths, bringing that left hand back, taking this right arm, twisting, reaching to the sky, coming back to center, and go ahead and relax. Good job, nice work. That is a thread the needle series versus just thread the needle. Really good for the thoracic spine, opens up all that middle back. It's a hard place to reach, but this series is a good way to hit it, okay? So from there, don't be afraid to get a little bit of water, but I'm gonna come back to center. I'm gonna use a yoga block for this part. I'm also gonna use a foam roller. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a cross-leg position, however you see fit. And the reason I'm using a yoga block is so I can sit on it. Now, I'm tight right kind of deep in my hips, so me being on the floor is still a little difficult for me, especially for me to sit up straight while I'm in this position. Usually if I'm on the floor, I'm slumped and hoping it'll end soon. So from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this, I'm gonna use a foam roller, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach back, you're gonna lean back behind yourself, planting your hands into the floor. Now, if you don't have a foam roller at home, you can use textbooks, you can roll up some blankets. There's several things that we can use so we can get our palms onto the floor. Once I'm onto the floor, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push into the ground and I'm gonna open my chest up and I'm gonna look up. After a few deep breaths, I'm gonna release it and sit nice and tall. Going back through, getting ready. Press the chest up to the sky. Really open those front shoulders. Stretch the chest. I feel this all the way deep into the front of my ribs. And relax. From there, I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna bring my foam roller over to my right side, and I'm doing this so I can support myself and push on this foam roller. Wherever I need to, I'm gonna take my left arm, I'm gonna bring it above my head, and I'm gonna reach over. And you'll see I'm not going very far. Some people will be able to reach their hand all the way over, kind of sit into this foam roller or sit into the floor. Now, if you find a foam roller that your hand being up is too easy, get rid of it and just use the floor or lift yourself from your fingertips. Go ahead and relax. I'm gonna leave my hand up here and go over. Just a few deep breaths. Go ahead and relax. Bringing my foam roller over to the opposite side. Pressing into the ground. Sitting nice and tall. Go ahead and bring yourself over. Go ahead and relax. Last one. Over. Go ahead and relax. And relax totally. Come out of that cross-legged pattern. Setting my foam block and my foam roller to the side. From here, I'm gonna grab my strap. Getting a few things out of the way because I know I'm gonna kick it. Okay, so we've done this a few times. You can use, I have a long strap. You can use a long resistance band or a belt. Grab one of your parents' belts if you don't have one that's long enough. I know one of my belts would work perfect for some of you guys. So what we're gonna go through is a hamstring abduction and adduction stretch. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back, laying onto the ground. Before I lay onto the ground, I'm gonna take my strap, I'm gonna put it over about the arch of my foot. Okay, and that way I can support it and it's not gonna slip off. From there, I'm gonna lay back onto the ground. I'm gonna lift up. This is the hamstring part. I'm gonna lift under my own power. Notice there's no tension here. Once I get to that point, I wanna get the stretch. So I'm gonna take control with my arms. I'm gonna pull my leg just a little bit further than what it was. And I'll feel a nice deep stretch on the back of my leg. okay? And you want to do this really slow because we don't want to injure anything. Okay, it's not something you just jerk yourself into. And then you relax it. Let it rest for a sec, and then you're going to pull again, try and make it just a little bit deeper. You'll notice my other leg, my right leg is still on the ground. I'm not starting to pull up to give myself more mobility. I want to drive this leg into the ground. That way I know I'm getting the most stretch I can possibly get out of this. Okay? And then release it. This is our third one. Go ahead and pull. You'll notice I'm breathing pretty easy through this. I'm not holding my breath. And that's kind of how I know I'm stretching it and I'm not trying to fight beyond what I should. Go ahead and relax. Now I'm going to go into abduction, abduction, which means the leg is going to go away from my body. It's going to come towards the camera. And as it goes there, I am going to support so I don't fall over. And where I'm trying to get the stretch is in the groin area, all the way down to the knee. That's kind of where I'm looking for that stretch. The rest of my body is flat on the ground. I'm not coming over to make this happen. I'm staying flat, looking at the ceiling. My hips on this side of my body is in contact with the ground. Nothing has come up. And that's how you know you might be going a little too far, is if you start rolling over. We want to stay flat. And come up a little bit, let it relax, and then go down. You'll notice at the angle of my leg, the other way that you can make this is you can either get closer to the ground, or what I can do is I can try and pull my toe up towards my head. And that's where you can add intensity to this. Go ahead and relax. This is our third one. Lowering down. And go ahead and relax. Coming up, that's our abduction. Now we're going to do adduction. I'm going to cross my leg over the other side of my body. And again, I'm supporting myself with this strap. I'm supporting my leg, kind of letting my arms guide the stretch on where I want to feel it. And this is going to be really deep through the glutes, side of the leg, a little bit in the hamstrings. You might feel it in the lower back a little bit. And again, if I want to adjust the intensity, I could either go further over, or I can try and pull my toe to my head. And you'll notice that my hips and everything are still in contact with the ground. I'm not coming up, okay? Just moving from that leg. I'm gonna go ahead and release it, relax for a sec, and go ahead and go a little deeper. And relax. Last one, coming over. And relax, going down, lowering the leg down to the ground, relax it a little bit, coming up, now we're going to shift sides. Again, adjusting that strap, putting it around the arch, my foot, coming back, laying down, lifting my leg up, and again, now I'm going to take control with my arms, stretching this left leg out. So I'm going to pull for a couple of breaths and relax. Go ahead and pull and relax. Third pull. And relax. Now we're going to go through abduction, abduction. My leg is going to go away from my body, controlling with my arms. Don't let it flop. Go to only where it's comfortable and hold that position. Again, trying to keep my hips down, my leg down, my shoulder down, to where I'm not rolling over. Okay, and release. Go ahead and make it a little deeper if you can. And release. This is our third time. And release, coming all the way back up. From here, we'll go into adduction. Leg crosses the body. I can feel that today. And again, only going where it's comfortable. After a few breaths, you're gonna release, hold for a sec, and then go back into that stretch, trying to make it just a little deeper. Go ahead and relax. Last time, this adduction. And go ahead and relax, coming up, lowering the leg down, release, coming on up. We are done with our straps, and believe it or not, that rounds out our stretch. Nice job today, good work for the stretch portion. If this is what you were here for, I hope you feel a little looser. For those of us that want to stick around for core, we're going to do 3 sets. We got 5 exercises that we're going to be doing at 30 seconds a piece in a circuit fashion. So we'll do 1 exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reset and do it again. Most of the exercises are going to be working from some type of plank. So just to give you a little heads up on that. With that, grab a little bit of water and let's get into this. For the first round, I'll break them down for you really well, tell you where we want to feel it, kind of the pace you want to keep, and then when we do the second and third set, we're just going to go right through. All right, so what we're going to start with is a plank body saw. And all this is I'm going to come down to a low plank, and I'm going to push with my elbows, drive my toes back, my heels back, and then I'm going to come up onto my toes, drive, push. Okay? So that's your body saw. It'll be for 30 seconds. Go at your own pace. Try not to burn out with these. If you get totally burned, just stay with a straight plank. So let's go ahead and get ready. Set. Begin. Remember, you're still breathing through this, right? We're not holding our breath for 30 seconds. Just nice and steady. 15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, release. Good job, nice work. 1 exercise down, 4 to go. So earlier this week we did a lot of back work. This one's gonna be a plank, but we're also gonna be targeting our lats and a lot of our back muscles. Some people call this a dolphin. I just like it because it works my back really well. So I'm gonna come down. You're gonna think of this as a downward dog, but we're gonna be doing it from a low plank versus being from a high plank. If you find it too uncomfortable, you can go to a high plank and go through a downward dog, but I would like you guys to try this out. So I come down to my low plank. I'm gonna drive with my elbows and push my hips to the sky. Okay? And then come down and push. And come down and push. Okay? So that's our dolphin. Since it's more of a full body movement, you might not be going as fast through all the reps. You want to make sure you're getting a good push and extension through the lats get that stretch. Let yourself feel that before you come back into your low plank, okay? So let's go ahead and get ready. You'll notice my feet are a little bit further apart. That helps to keep me a little more stable versus then having my feet together. Go ready, set, begin. And this is at your own pace. You'll notice I'm not going too quick through this. I really like that stretch through my back and that push with my elbows. 15 seconds. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Coming on down. What we have now is we're gonna do like a little plank and reach. And how you can think of it is from a low plank, kind of like our bird dog. But what we're thinking of is reaching out to the side with the opposite arm and the opposite leg. So if I come down to my low plank, I know we're gonna start moving with planks more and more. But you get a lot out of this, especially if you play sports or have a hobby that's really active. So what I'm gonna think of is right arm, left leg, and come out and back. Opposite arm, opposite leg, come out and come back, okay? You can think of it as kind of like that X out and ball up, but we're only doing opposite arm, opposite leg at the time. So again, I'm not gonna be going really quick through these because I wanna make sure I'm getting good, definite movement. All right, let's go ahead and get ready. Set, begin. Fifteen seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work. Good deep breath. From here, we're gonna go into a side plank crunch. So if I go from my side plank, and again, 2 ways you can go from your side plank. You can do it with your feet, knees, and hips stacked, and come up. And we're gonna crunch with this. So this is how I'm gonna work it, okay? Now sometimes we might be a little uncomfortable in our ankles and knees. If that's the case, what you can do is with your knees stacked instead of your hands and ankles, you can work it from here. Okay? And that works just as well. So let's go ahead and get ready. Whether your ankles are stacked, I'm gonna go with my knee bent. Set, begin. And bringing that hip, I'm trying to drive my opposite hip up to the ceiling. Nice and steady. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good work. Nice job. Coming over. We've done one side. Got to get the other. Can't leave it out. Let's go ahead and get ready. Set. Begin. Good steady pace. Almost there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work. Good job. Coming over. We're gonna go into swimmers. We've done these before. Just a quick breakdown from my belly, arms out in front. From here, I'm thinking opposite arm, opposite leg. So if I raise my right arm, I'm gonna squeeze my left glute to bring my leg up. opposite arm, opposite leg. Just like you're swimming. Okay? You can either do them quick or slow. Ready, set, begin. I like the squeeze, so I'm gonna do mine just a little slower. "15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work. There we are. Round number 1 is in the books. So at this point, we'll take a little break, catch our breath, and then we'll get back into it, all right? Nice and easy. All right, head into our next set. Again, starting with the body saw. And this time we're not really gonna break it down, we're just gonna get into it. So we'll go one exercise to the next. Body saw to dolphin, to X out, side plank crunch, and then swimmers, all right? So coming down, getting ready for body saw. We'll go ready, set, begin. Nice steady pace. "15 seconds. Nice and steady, keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Couple of deep breaths and we'll go right into dolphin. Coming back to my low plank. Remember, 30 seconds. We'll go ready, set, begin. Driving with those elbows, hips to the ceiling. "15 seconds. Almost there, stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let's towel off real quick. Going into the plank and reach. Remember, opposite eye, leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out. Coming down to our plank. Ready, set, begin. Reaching out, coming back. Reach out, coming back. Almost there, keep it going. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Deep breath. From there, side crunches. Okay? Remember, side crunch. Coming to my side plank. Again, you can have your ankles and knees and hips stacked. I'm gonna bend my knee under. Let's go ahead and get ready. And begin. At your own pace. Once that hip touches the ground, try to come right back off. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work, good job. Coming over to the other side, getting ready. Set, begin. Right back into it. Same pace as the other side. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work. Coming over onto our bellies, heading for swimmers. Getting ready, set, begin. Last exercise of this set. Finish strong. "15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. There we go, check it out. 2 down, 1 to go. Nice work. We got 1 set left. That'll round out our Friday. Give us about another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll start this last one. Remember, you want to try and continually go through all 5 exercises. Take as much rest as you need in between. I'm only doing about 30 to 45 seconds. And sometimes you might need a little bit longer, but be sure to take it in between, not during those exercises. All right? So, last set. Let's get ready. Coming down, starting with their body saws. Set, begin. Remember, still pushing, driving those heels back, trying to get on the balls of those feet, coming up on the toes. Almost there. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax real quick. We'll get ready to dolphins. Coming back down. Getting ready. Remember, drive with the elbows, try to get those hips up. Set, begin. This is at your own pace. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work. Getting ready. Remember, we do X out, we're doing the plank and reach. Coming back, ready, and begin. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Even I forget. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work, good job. Getting ready for side plank crunch. We're on the home stretch. Second to last. Great place to be. Ready, and begin. Almost there. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and switch sides. Last time on side plank. So close. Ready, and begin. Push yourselves. Second to last exercise. Keep it going. 15 seconds. Here we go, last exercise. Head for swimmers. Ready, and begin. "15 seconds. Finish strong. We're so close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, punch the clock. Take her easy. Give yourselves a hand. Nice work today. That's your stretching core. So we'll be back on Monday with some more total body work. Again, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your Fridays. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach me at Coach Whalen at overlake.org. Whether it's one of those or if you just want to say hi, I'd love to hear from you guys. With that, have a good one. See you later.